Hey everybody, this is Zero from Zero Gunpla Reviews. In this episode, we're going to cover the high-grade Zaku II. The Zaku II, in tradition of the series, was the first real mono-eye in the entire Gundam franchise. Without this, we wouldn't have the Gelgook, any of the Zaku warriors from Gundam Seed, the Sininju. That's just the Sazabi, and those are the ones that literally just popped off the top of my head. Oh, the Greys from IBO. You know, the granddaddy of all single-eye grunt suits who get bisected by a Gundam within 15 minutes. So, in this review, we're going to cover the positives, the lots of negatives, and all in all, the Gunpla itself. So I'll catch you guys in about a hot second. So, this is what we got. This is everything that comes with it. I did not bring the sticker sheet this time because there's only one sticker on this thing, and that is for the... There you go. I gotta get a view of it. Yep, the mono eye right here. So that's the only sticker on this whole thing. So there's no need to show the sticker sheet. So I didn't put it in this video. So let's talk about the positives. This is a solid build in its own right. You know, the Zaku II itself is solid. You know, ignore that. We'll get to this in a second. As you can see, its leg can get pretty high up. Yeah, this is when it gets kind of, you gotta lift that up a bit. So yes, the articulation is meh, but the posing possibilities are less than that. Because you see the shoulder pauldrons here and the shield here kind of gets in the way of movement of the arm. But it's pretty cool that, as you can see here, the hinge in the back of the shoulder, it actually extends it so you can move the arm forward more and get a little bit more coverage, but not by much. So it's kind of immutable. See what I mean? You don't get much difference. Except now you don't move the head if you move it that far. So, let's talk about the literal, elephant in the room. The weapons. Oh, how I wanted to like the weapons. I like the Zaku II. I like it because I enjoyed the Gundam Origins movie Zaku II, the Char edition, because that thing was a great build. I'm never going to review it on this channel because I gave it away as a gift to our family member, so that's not happening. But from when I remember when I built it, it was solid. The weapons were great. It all attached to the Zaku itself, which was great. And then I saw this online at our buddies at Galactic Toys. You know, holla at them. Get one of your bad boys of your own if you want to have your little Zaku army. Yeah. They come with two sets of hands. The shooting hand, so you can put the bazooka or the Zaku machine gun in each hand. But the problem is, the hands don't really fit well. It's always loose, because it's a really tiny handle in a big hole. So it's going to bounce around in there like nobody's business. So that's going to be an issue. So you're not going to have it stay perfectly in the hand. Ever. It's very loose, and it's a pain when you're trying to pose it to make it look right. And if you accidentally tap it one direction, now the gun is pointing a whole different direction. It's really annoying. And the missile pods, which are not mandatory you put on the legs. The instructions do, so I did. And the problem is that it's not a tight fit. It is loose. Literally, I almost made it pull a 180. Actually, I made it pull a 180. I almost made it do a 360. It's loose as sin. And let's not forget into this thing. If you're not careful, it pops right out, and then you have to try to get it to fit in properly for the axe. The heat hawk, I mean, to be using proper terminology. And it really doesn't fit the heat hawk well, and it gets in the way of the arm. So it's really kind of bad. It's like they put a lot of effort to make this guy solid as a brick, and then phoned it in for the weapons. I have the Char version of this coming up soon, and I really hope it is nothing like this, because then I'll have two disappointments. Like, seriously, couldn't it be just like the Zaku from the Origin movie? That was fun, solid, and didn't disappoint me on a global scale. And you can't really change the position of the mono eye without taking off the helmet, moving the eye, and all that. And that's, again, the Origin one was good because you can just pop off the head. There's a little nub at the bottom you can move and the eye would shift. Here you have to literally pop off the top of the head and take off the entire head unit, disassemble it, move the eye, and then move it back. Why does it feel like the eye is slowly drifting? Ugh, forget it. So, don't get me wrong, this is a great little grunt kit. And the thing is about grunt kits, not all of them are going to be, especially the older ones, they're not going to be great. Maybe the technology of the Gunpla was not as... It is good for its time, I'm going to bet. Hold on, let me find out when this guy got made. 2003. Almost 20 years ago. For a 20-year-old model, this isn't half bad. Bob Lee had a great technology for that time period. Also, BT dubs. Oh, they decided to stay in. Each of these little missile pods has their own little individual missile, which I think is really cool. So, you know, you could paint them all different colors. But when I was building it, they would fall right out of this. So I was like, ugh, that's going to be a pain to deal with. So, all in all, yeah, as you can see, I do like how the pipes are nice in separate pieces, but the problem is when you're building it, it's going to be really loose, so you have to be careful that when you're building, it does not fall out of it, because then you have to try to reset it, because it doesn't fit snugly. When you're building it just kind of dangles, and that's... I hate when you have to pray and everything holy, unholy, and the Technicolor rainbow that lies in between, that the piece will fit as you let it lay there to try to get the other piece on top of it so it fits in a pseudo snug situation here. Like, they did better on the the power pipes on the waist and on the mask, but the leg ones, again, much like the Inklet missile pods, they kind of phoned it in. So, all in all, a great little grunt suit, but maybe they need to retool this or re-release it again, except not wait 20 years, or just re-release the grunt suit from the Origins as just the new Zaku II standard, because that's a far better version of it. So, let's wrap up this review real quick. So, all in all, the Zaku II high grade is a pretty decent kit. You know, if you have the time, the patience, and a lot of glue, see what I mean? You can make this an outstanding little buddy. You know, you can do it in great dioramas, great to have it, like, in posing battle, or if you're feeling feisty, your own army of a bunch of Zaku grunts. You know, have the Zaku there, the Zaku II, the Gelgoog, the Dom, you know, have get the gang back together. Get the band all hooking up. But on its own, it's honestly, it's good for what it's worth. I can't really bag on it because, again, it is a 20-year-old, almost a 20-year-old kit. It came out in 2003, like I said. So it's a 19-year-old kit. It is good for what it is, but if you compare it by today's standards, it's nothing. It's pretty garbage. So I recommend, like I said, glue and maybe have a group of them together so it looks better in numbers, or at least a more menacing. So thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel, hit up our boys at Galactic Toys with a link down below. Remember, that's only a 24-hour link. The GoFundMe is down there below so we can get that Testament Gundam. And you can check out the regular website and the Facebook group if you want to join so you can see the new Gundams I just built. And I'll catch you guys in the next episode.